The earliest recordings made in the memorial record of St. Peter's Reformed Church were made in 1937, the year this building was built. It was at that time it was suggested to purchase items that were needed in the new church building as memorials for loved ones rather than flowers. It was interesting to note that the first money collected was from the confirmation classes. In 1937, $22 was collected from the 22 confirmands. It would seem they each gave a $1 donation. For that era, our team thought that to be a very generous sum of money. Each year thereafter, members of the confirmation classes donated to the fund. This practice continued through 1955. During those years, it was also common for various church organizations to make purchases for the church. Several items were purchased by an organization called the Sewing Circle. The altar, the cross on the altar, pulpit and lectern covers, candle holders, and the Christian flag were purchased for the total sum of $226.23. The pulpit was purchased by the Young People's Society in 1937, as well as the flagpole in 1946 at a cost of $15.41. The Brotherhood purchased light fixtures in 1937. These organizations were formed in 1931 and 1932. The baptismal font was purchased by one individual in 1937. Again, we felt these were generous purchases for that time period. Also in 1937, the 3 stained glass windows in the chancel area were purchased by family members of 3 former pastors and their wives. In 1946, the windows in the sanctuary were purchased by families in the congregation, the senior choir, organized in 1914, the Frauenverein, organized in 1900, and the Brotherhood. The 3 windows in the balcony were also purchased in 1946, one by the Ladies' Aid, organized in 1928, and 2 by the congregation in memory of Corporal Wilbur Diefenthaler and Private Robert Mattis. Both were killed in World War II. No cost was given for the windows. Previous to 1946, these were plain glass windows. The Sewing Circle ladies were faithful donators of items in need. In 1950, they donated an organ lamp, electric altar candlesticks, and a visual aid screen for a total cost of $155.14. In 1957, the Memorial Fund Committee made recommendations on the use of memorial funds. It urged members to continue to make memorial contributions to remember their departed loved ones and friends. During the 1950s through the 70s, the Memorial Fund purchased loudspeakers for the sanctuary, paraments, altar cloths, a baptismal font stand, a wooden altar cross, and junior choir robes. In 1979, a new piano was purchased for the sanctuary, with $700 coming from the Memorial Fund, and the remaining $700 coming from the Women's Guild. The Guild also helped to purchase communion linens and a new communion service. In the 1980s, the fund purchased a sign at 4th and Fremont Streets, a new flagpole, a piano, and pew cushions. In 1985, donations were given to the new bell choir. In 1986 and 1987, donations totaling $7,655 were given towards the building addition, which includes the upper and lower lounge, carport, and elevator. In 1986, the fund donated 1/3 of the cost of the pew cushions, which came to $2,471. In 1988, backlighting for the stained glass windows was purchased. From 1997 to 1999, donations of more than $45,000 were made to the organ chancel refurbishment project. In 1998, a generous donation of $9,224 was given to the scholarship fund. The Memorial Fund has been steadfast in awarding scholarships since 1979, awarding over $37,000 since that time. In 2003, the Good Shepherd statue was purchased for the courtyard. Donations of approximately $23,000 were received for the purchase of the grand piano in 2005. And in 2006, money was earmarked for the Rays of Hope Center kitchenette. In more recent years, benches were purchased at the Fremont Street entrance, a new Bible for the altar, candelabras, a defibrillator, computer equipment, sound equipment in the sanctuary, hymnals, a new phone system in the church office, and a restroom renovation project was completed. Money has also been earmarked for a courtyard renovation. Many donations were specifically directed to music ministry, youth programs, the Sunday school, and the Women's Guild, the Lenten Sewing Project in particular. Most recently, donations were made to the Raise the Roof Fund.